Hey everybody. Hello, hello, hello. I'm back again coming to you live on these YouTube streets. You know I write stories, so this is story time. And it's a true story. But before I get started, please like, share, and subscribe. I'm going to tell you a story about a little girl. Her name was Ebony Starr. She was born with an unusual birth defect. She had four brothers before she was born, so at the time she was the only girl. Let me tell you the story. Ebony's mother was named Cynthia, and she had four brothers longing for a little girl. Well, Cynthia got pregnant again. She wasn't happy because she thought she was going to have another boy. Well, she started having contractions, and she called her girlfriend Diane to meet her at the hospital. When Cynthia delivered Ebony, she looked up at Diane and asked her, "What did I have?" But Diane had a shocking look on her face and said, "She's a beautiful little girl." And Cynthia said, "Why you looking like that then?" Ebony had two-thirds of her leg was short than the other one. Then moments later, the doctor came in and said that her heart was on the other side of her body. Now you know her heart is on the left side, hers is on the right. That itself was a defect. Cynthia was, oh my gosh, she was in disbelief. She was so distraught. She was uncontrollably crying. But soon she got control of herself. To look at Ebony, you didn't think nothing was wrong with her, other than her leg wasn't formed properly. But she was so pretty. Well, the hospital connected Cynthia with a sponsor that would help her with getting her leg straightened out. So Cynthia was taking Ebony back and forth to the hospital for therapy, even though she was just an infant. Cynthia was so excited about having a little girl that she did a lot of shopping for Ebony, buying her all kinds of different style of outfits and playing with her as if she was a baby doll. Ebony's grandmother Robbie was so excited of her birth that she was telling all her friends to come and see Cynthia's pretty little girl. Ebony's four brothers were fighting about who was going to hold her next. One day, Cynthia was in the kitchen cooking, and Ebony's brother Keith came in the kitchen with Ebony in his arms. At that time, she was only 3 months, and Cynthia said, "Boy, you better give me my baby before you drop her." Ebony seemed to be growing normally. She was always scooting all over the place. One day, Cynthia went in the room to get Ebony to feed her, and she scooted so far until she fell out of the bed into a clothes basket. But one night she couldn't breathe, and Cynthia rushed her to the hospital, and they put her on a heart and lung bypass machine. They did that because they thought that would give her lungs time to relax, and maybe she would, be able to start breathing on her own. So they found out her trachea wasn't formed properly. Your trachea is like this, in your throat is like this. Hers was like this. And as she got older, it got tighter and tighter. And that's what cut her air off when she couldn't breathe. So they found out that her trachea wasn't formed properly either. So that's why she wasn't getting enough air to breathe. She stayed on the heart and lung bypass machine for about a month. While she was in the hospital, Cynthia was going to school to become a dialysis nurse. On the day that she was taking her finals, she finished the last question on her instructor came in and told her that she had a phone call. Cynthia went to the phone, and it was the hospital telling her she needed to come right away. So she went to the hospital and found out that her beautiful baby girl had passed. Now, if anyone can relate, I don't know if you can, but I know for a fact that that's a hurting pain. So if you have any questions or replies, please comment below, okay? Thank you guys for listening to my story today. Bye-bye.